Good afternoon, VV Nation. Welcome to Trending Thursday. My name is Glenn. Glad to be here. Glad to have you here. Yes, I have a toothpick in my mouth today. I feel toothpickish. If you can hear me, by all means, please respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation, to let me know that I am coming across loud and clear. I see that Mark is already here. Keep your hands and feet inside right at all times. You know something? That's what we got to do today. It's one of those days. This is not, for everybody out there, this is not a trending market. This is more of a trader's market. We are in a channel, which we're going to look at in a second. We can see that we did flash 3 red lights today. All of the major indices are down. Man, oh man. So I will tell you from this perspective what I did with my personal trades today, just real quick. I only had about 6 trades on. I took 4 out of the 6 trades. I took my profits. I was up 20% or more on each one of those. All right. So I took all of those off the table. I didn't want to take half off the table. I wanted to lock in those profits. 1. Number 2, I did load up on either 2 or 3 contras. All right. And the only reason why I did that, you're muffled, like you're speaking with a toothpick. Really, Mark? Really, Mark? All right. Were you up from being down 60%? No. So, John, in my trades that I had on some decent trades. Apple was one of them. Well, the Apple ETF. I was up.
He wasn't asking
He
you.
says that I saw.
That wasn't a question.
Huh?
He wasn't asking you.
What was he saying? Oh, we are up from being down 60. Oh, okay. I got you. I'm not going to take this toothpick on my seat. You got me all self-conscious right now. Gosh darn it. I hate when that happens. I'm going to drink my Cafe Bustelo with my toothpick in my mouth. Now, I was making some. Hold on. I forgot. I was making some. I'm going to make some now. So I picked up either 2 or 3 contra ETFs. Right now, I wasn't really ready to go short because none of our market timing indicators, with the exception of the confirmed call. Look at that. The confirmed call is flashing a down today, which was another reason why I wanted to take some of my profits off the table. Siberia says, thank you, Glenn, for removing your toothpick. Was that big a deal? Was my toothpick? I'm sorry. All right. Note to self, no more using of the toothpick. That's a good note to self. Dr. Glenn, make us cough. What you want to cough for? I'm not trying to make you full cough. Got my butt kicked today, says Nate. Today is one of those days. So let's talk about that real quick. I am going to change us into the program. What did I talk about yesterday that we just went through and that Dr. DeLito always warns us about? What 2 words did I talk about? The 2 initials are JH. What did I talk about yesterday along with Ryan in the stream? Go ahead, type it in the room. And man, oh man, is it coming through? No. What did he talk about? 2 words. 2 words, JH. Anybody? Are you guys paying attention? Do you guys pay attention to the stuff that we talk? Are you hearing the words that are coming out of my mouth? Is this thing on? All right. The July, not Jockey Rub. How is that? The July high. Thank you, John. Marty's in there too. The July high. I've lost a bucket load of money by following the stock recommendations by VectorVest. Sabia. Ooh. All right, fine. Let me, Sabia, I want to see if that's just you or not. How many of you, I'll put myself out there. I'm about to put myself out there right now. How many of you have made money? Where's my mouse? Oh, you got it. How many of you have made money with VectorVest? How many of you have made money with VectorVest in the current market's condition? Type a 1 in the room. If you've lost money following VectorVest, keywords there, following VectorVest, type a 2. How many of you have made money with VectorVest? Type a 1. How many of you have lost money following VectorVest? Type a 2. All right, so Sabia, I asked that question for a reason. I wanted you to see by way of VV Nation, without me saying, I don't think that's the case, Sabia. I do see a couple of people in here, but Sabia, I want you to look at the majority of the chat and what they're saying. Now, I'm okay with saying 1 and 2. because that happens, and I'm okay with that. But the whole idea of asking that question is by following VectorVest. Have you made or lost money? Joey, can I take the mouse? Have you made or lost money? Wow, my mouse ain't, oh, there it is. Yeah. All right, so it's not to blast anybody. I think that the information that we put out, whether it's in video, whether it's in the live stream, whether it's in a short, I think we try to go way outside of the way to put you guys in a winning situation. So when anybody, and I put this out there because I hear that not often, but I do hear it, and I always want to address it. We go way above and beyond to try to really put you guys in the right situations. Starting with yesterday, we talked about the July high and to be careful. We said that, right? Because yesterday we had to pull back off of the high the first time in July, and now we got follow through. Nate says VectorVest is database. The news has a lot of influence that can't be discredited. And Nate, what do we do here? When I talk about any stocks, I always talk about a lot of the news behind it. That's exactly what we do. Do you have daily YouTube streams? We stream 4 times a week, right, Joey? We stream on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. Oh, and Friday. Holy smokes. No, we don't stream on Tuesdays. We stream on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So we have 4 streams. We have 4 streams, daily streams a week, Daniel. All right, so if you're a recent subscriber, it has been difficult to make money. If you're a longer-term subscriber, you will see more benefit. Chris, I don't disagree with that, but I always talk about, especially to the newer people, we always say, take these stocks that we talk about, paper trade them, keep them in a watch list. Because as a new subscriber to the channel or new subscriber to the software, you've got to build your confidence in what we talk about. Does that make sense to everybody? Type of 1 if that makes sense, especially if you're new. Type of 1 if I'm just jib-jabbering, type of 2. Type of 1 if that, especially if you're new to the channel or new to the software. We always tell you, you got to build your confidence. Don't just take any of our words just at face value. You've got to believe in the software, and you've got to believe that there's a value add to the software, because nobody's going to pay for anything that they don't feel gives them value. All right. So Sabia, I asked the room because I was going to give you my company answer. Question. And there's a difference between just jib-jabbering and trying to help you guys make money. All right. With that being said, there is a positive sign to today. If you look at today's candle, there's a positive sign. Oops. There's a positive sign today, and the positive sign is the big wick at the bottom of the candle, which could show some buying pressure. All right. Audio dropped after company answer. Oh, is that what happened, Joey? Joey's doing some stuff in the background.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix that thing, and I've switched.
It addresses your particular example, says Daniel. John says, VectorVest is a lifestyle. You need a system and be in for the long term, and that includes shorting the market. But we can hear you now, says Vicky. Okay, it's back. I don't know. Joey's working in the background. Thank you, Joey. All right, so with all of that, Sabia, I enjoy answering. And you see, I will not back down from any question, no matter how tough it may seem. I try to make sure that I'm very transparent in what we do. I'm not trying to sell you guys anything. I just want to educate you and give you some opportunities to make money in the market. That's my job. So Sabia, did that answer your question? Or, that was a statement that you made. Did I accommodate answering or addressing that statement, Sabia? Let me know. Please do. Please do. All right. So current markets conditions. Good question. Francisco says, how far will it go down? I'm not going to predict. I'm not going to predict, but I do have a level of support sitting on the composite, sitting at 57.18, but I do see the rebound. Let's go look at this. I'm going to change from end of day to intraday 5-minute bars current day. There's probably a bounce. There's the bounce. There's the bounce that's showing me the wick at the bottom of the candle. We did bounce at a level of support, the session low for the day, the 3 and the 8 cross. Now we're moving up. If the market is really going to show us signs of moving up, we need to break above this level of the gap down this morning, sitting at 58.21. YouTube censored you for making false statements. What false statements? What are you talking about, Michael? Yeah, what false statements? All right, Glenn, do you think I need marriage? Yeah. Why are you asking me that? The VectorVest system is not infallible, but will help navigate choppyosity of the markets. Thank you for that, Mark. And, you know, I'm never going to tell you that every trade that I talk to you about is going to work. I will never do that. I don't think anybody can do that. But I do want to put you on a nice, even playing field to be able to make money on a consistent basis. Now, even though we are bouncing, I'm looking at 5-minute bars on the VectorVest composite. It looks like we are bouncing, but we're leveling out as we are live right now. Listen, we got 172 people here. What I want you to do, Joey, put the link up in the chat. I need you guys to share this live link on your social circles and do it now, please. All right. This is the only way we are going to grow the channel. We need to reach people. And the only way we can do that outside of what we do is we need your help. Just like you helped me in answering Sabia's statement, I need you guys to help me right now. As Joey puts the link up in the chat, I need you to share the link on of the live stream right now. Please do that. All right. Please do that. Glenn, I see one more confusion. And it is that while your stock showing sell rating, actually the stock is moving. So Ali, just because a stock is a sell doesn't mean it can't move up. It doesn't mean that it can't move up. And most likely there's something news driven to push the stock's price higher. Now, am I going to go tell you to buy that? Well, depends on how aggressive you are in playing the market. If you're a little bit more of an aggressive trader or speculator, could you spend money and buy into that buy-rated stock? The answer to that question is yes, especially if the stock is showing you signs of moving up. From a technical standpoint, if the stock is moving up, moving average crossovers, bouncing off support, breaking through resistance, then you absolutely can. That doesn't change it from being a sell recommendation. Until it moves up enough to get out of the sell territory, it's still going to be a sell recommendation. So Ali, just because it's a sell recommendation, it can still move up. How does a stock get to be a buy? A lot of times it's got to move from a sell to a hold to a buy. But are you aggressive enough to pull the trigger on that stock knowing that it's still a sell recommendation? And that's only your answer. Only you can make that call, Ali. Does that make sense? I've been here nigh on 20 years, and these guys are straight shooters. Thank you for that, Robert. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that. All right, so Ali, did I answer your question? All right, so Sabia never answered me back. Don't know if Sabia is still here. And Ali, I'm still looking to get an answer from you. All right, so everything that we've talked about was talking about what the market is currently doing right now. Let's talk about what news is moving the market right now. And here we go. Here we go. Ooh, Joey, what is that? Do I need to change this? There we go. Janet Yellen arrives in Beijing on mission to find common ground for U.S. and China. All right, so why is that news? Because that could affect the markets. Absolutely. China and us, you know, the two biggest economies, we got to get on the same sheet of music if we're going to play right together. All right, we don't need either one of us to take our ball to another beach. All right, so we need to play together and play together right. We're already going through this chip thing back and forth of, you know, canceling how many chips we send there and the materials they send here. We need to get that all off the table so we can play together in the right spot. Next story, as greedflation starts to fade, wageflation creeps in. Softer demand, more supply, and rising labor costs all take the air out of profit margins. So when inflation took off in 2021, so did corporate profits, of course, leading to accusations of greedflation. I don't call it greedflation, I call it capitalism, but there's a thin line between capitalism and price gouging. All right, greedflation in my estimation is more on the lines of gouging and calls in some corners for price controls. This year, Europe is going through the same debate amid soaring food prices. So it talks about greedflation. I think we're getting into a point of stagflation for the economy. But now a new word, wageflation, is creeping in. I think we had jobs number come out. Jobs number was man, it was just a whole lot of people looking for people to go to work. All right. Amir says, good morning. I just got notification. Did I miss a lot? Amir, no, you didn't. And thank you for being here. Now, Trader Matt brings up a good point. This is a healthy pullback. We desperately need it. So when I go back to my graph, and let me go back to what Trader Matt just said. If I go to my graph and put this back up, sorry, Joey, and put this back up on a 3-month graph, there's Trader Matt. Look at that. So coming off, okay. So looking at, what Trader Matt said, look at that nice rebound coming off in late May. Bounce up, pulled back down, beautiful level of resistance. So resistance. You know what this is called? What is this called right here? Somebody type it in the room. What is this called right here? And this goes right into Matt's statement. What's this called? Somebody type in the room. I know there's a delay, but what is this? And Matt, there you go, Mark. It's a double top. So Matt is right. This is a healthy pullback. I like we got the double top. We do have the pullback. And, not a gap down yesterday, but definitely a gap down today. I am looking at this wick at the bottom, but the bearish body for today is much bigger than the wick. This does show some pushback up, but it's not a double hat fire blazer. No, Joey, don't act like you knew what that was. Joey, don't do that. Joey even types in a double. Don't do that, Joey. All right. Also an M top. Ooh, interesting. Looks like an M as well, right? The difference between the two, Mark, I don't know. I think they're both about the same thing. Double top hat at that's not a double top hat at Fireblazer. All right. So somebody asked me how far down could we go? I do have a level of support. I do have a solid level of support. If we break down through that, we definitely have more sign, more move to the downside. All right. Let me get back into the web stories. Next story, Exxon, talking about oil. Exxon sees a $4 billion earnings hit from gas prices. Why? Because it's going down from the refining perspective. The demand is there, but the supply is out there. Russia is putting out a ton of freaking bad, stinky, dirty freaking oil. And everybody's buying it up. So the supply is there. The demand is there, but the supply is there. But I think the demand is pulling back as well. So Exxon is feeling the hit from that. Let's go back to the software. Let's go to the viewers. Let's go to the big news. Let's go throw Exxon into my list. There's Exxon. Of course, it's going to be the top stock in here because it's the only stock in here. But oil's getting hit. Look at that. Now, oil's been hit enough that it's gotten down to the value of the point of being undervalued. All right. But RV upside potential is there. The safety's below 1. It's in a downtrend. RT is below 1. They are making money, though. Positive earnings, growing their earnings at a clip of, 23%. So they're still making money. A lot of these companies right now is actually paying up in dividends. Let me see. Where's the dividends? Yeah, there's the dividend with a dividend safety of 61. So these are good, safe dividends as well. I get my discounted meat from China. Oh, yeah, Jake, that's not good. What's happening with Chop Stock? Not ready to look at individual stocks yet. Not ready to look at them yet. All right. Oh, my God. Then they were told to be killed. All right. Not to be confused with a double tap. Oh, yeah, Sonny. I can't talk about double tap in here. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's go to Meta. Now this is interesting because Zuckerberg is puffing out his chest right now. Meta has launched its Twitter competitor. How it might work. A lot of people are calling this Threads deal the Twitter killer. The Twitter killer. And this is where my next story is, where Zuckerberg's puffing up his chest. Mark Zuckerberg says Elon Musk has blown his chance to make Twitter the conversation app as he gloats over Threads' 10 million user start. That's out the gate. That's out the gate. John says, Meta announced the threads right at the end of the big move. Well, you know, that may not be a bad decision to keep the momentum moving in the stock. Amir says, please tell me what to do. Should I get out of the market? Please help me. Amir, pay attention to what's going on in the conversations. All right? I can't tell you what to buy and what not to buy. But, Amir, I'm going to do this. Amir, what did my graph just tell you? Without me having to verbally say it, when you look at this graph, which looks at over 9,000 stocks, double top, gap down, 2 big red down days. I got a level of coming to a level of support. Amir, what did I say? If the market had legs to the upside, what would I be looking for? We need to break through that level of resistance. We tried twice now. What does that mean? So Amir, without me having to verbally say it, paying attention gives you the answer. I told you what I personally did with my stocks today. The stocks that I had made money in, I took them off the table. And then I brought into, very slowly, a couple of contra ETFs. All right? That's it in a nutshell. Without me saying, hey, Amir, go sell all your stocks. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let the software provide you with the useful information to help you make the decision. Does that make sense, Amir? And to anybody who's new to the channel, does that make sense to you? Type a yes or a no in the room, especially to my new people in the channel. Does that make sense to you? All right? I don't always have to tell you, hey, go do this, do that. When I show you that market timing graph, it's giving you a lot of information. All you got to do is just look at it. All you got to do is just look at it. And the 3 red lights in the color guard, we talked about that on the homepage. All right? That's a sign. What did I show? That we got a flash of a confirmed down call. All of these things are answering your question, Amir. Directly, it's answering your question. Roger says, I was going to buy the dip this morning, but they were out of guacamole. Where are you guys coming up with all this stuff today? Where y'all coming up with all of this? Steven says, what is that supported your idea to go to Contras today? Ooh, let's talk about that. We already did. What was it? That right there. The 3 red lights, the flash of the confirmed down call. That's more than enough for me to take my winnings off the table and step in. I didn't say I loaded up the boat on Contras. I stepped into a couple of them. Does that make sense, Steven? And, you know, Trader Matt is on point. Look at that. Amir, don't panic. Don't sell anything. So what does that mean for you, Amir? Hopefully, Amir, you got stops in place. Let the stock tell you what it needs to do. If you've got stops in place, it's going to tell you what you need to do. All right. I like that, Trader Matt. Good job. All right. Let's go keep looking at the news. I think this is bold that Zuckerberg is stepping up to Elon just like that. How many of you think that Threads has any ability to truly compete with Twitter? Type of 1. If you think that this is just talk, type of 2. All right? How many of you think that Threads could really be competition to Twitter? Type of 1. If you think that this is just fluff, type of 2. Now, I'm going to give you my opinion. Twitter's been around a long time. It's been around, you know, this is a brand new thing, and I think that people will jump on board because it is a new thing. All right, that it is a new thing, but I don't know if it's going to have the wherewithal to displace Twitter. That's my opinion. All right, Mark says he doesn't use it and he don't care about it either. I have a Twitter account. I do have a Twitter account, and I tweet. All right, apps get replaced all the time. Nicely said there, Sonny. Apps get replaced all the time. And Foofy, I'll give you an opportunity to look at individual stocks. And Albert puts up a good point. Ask again in 6 months. That's a good point. Ask again in 6 months. We'll take a look. This is brand new. And right now, I think it's all fluff. Right now, I think it's all fluff. Oh, Daniel says, if you take a shot at the king, you better make sure you succeed. I like that. And you know, Paul, the metaverse, I'm not calling it a dud yet. I don't think it's ready. I don't think it's ready yet. All right, that's the way I'll answer that whole idea about the metaverse. All right, I don't think it's ready, but I think it's going to be something, a force to be reckoned with. All right, with that, here's another story that a lot of people are not talking about, and I'm taking this to another level that you need to know about. All right, these are things that I like to bring to the table. Overstock shares go overboard on Bed Bath & Beyond name. So we now know that Overstock took over Bed Bath & Beyond. And in my mind, the thing that I was looking at is now they're going to have brick and mortar stores. But that's not the case. They're going to still keep doing business online the way that they have. All right, so the Bed Bath & Beyond stores are going to be available. Overstock's not taking them. But this is the side that nobody's talking about. How many of you have ever heard of T0 type of 1? How many of you have ever heard of T0 type of 1? If you have not, type of 2. All right. This is the other side of the story that nobody is talking to you about and why we do what we do. How many of you have heard of T0 type of 1? If you have not, type of 2. And I expected to see a lot of 2s in here. And now everybody needs to put your listening ears on because this could be big. All right. So T0 is a currency, a cryptocurrency. Investing in T0, everything you need to know. Now, this was done back in 2020. T0 ecosystem. It goes down, and without getting all into all of this stuff, this is what caught my attention. It's a security token trading platform, okay, to be conducted within SEC regulations. The SEC has been on board with this security digital token. This is going to be one of the first digital currencies that is authorized by the SEC to be traded with. All right. Overstock owns like 30 some odd % into T0. So yes, what they've pretty much done when they took over Bed Bath & Beyond was pretty much bought the customer list. I believe it's about 20 million customers. They're still going to be doing their business over the internet or online. But now they can settle accounts or settle orders with this security token, aka crypto, aka regulated by the SEC. This could be really big. And for everyone who typed a 2, I want you to keep this ticker symbol is TZROP. I can't track it because we don't have it, but you can't trade it. You have to trade it through an app. You've got to go to a T0 app. I don't know the app yet. I actually went on to my Schwab account where I can see it, but I can't trade it. It's the ticker symbol is TZROP. I want everybody to check your brokerage's account and see if anybody in here can buy it. I'm not telling you to buy it. I'm telling you, I want to know if anybody out there has the ability to buy it. And I don't think you can buy it through your normal broker. You've got to go through an app. But if anybody can show me or tell me that they are able to trade it through their broker, and again, I'm not trying to tell you to trade it. I'm just trying to see if anybody out there has the ability to trade TZROP in your trading account. I'm very interested. Won't the digital dollar make this obsolete? So the digital dollar, oh, look at that. Thinkorswim has it. Now, wait a minute, Roger. It may have it. My Schwab account had it. But are you able to put in an order to buy it? Are you able to put in an order to buy it? All right, so when you talk about the digital dollar making this obsolete, the digital dollar's got a ways to go. I think it's going to be coming out as a prototype this month. I don't think it's ready to rock and roll yet, and I still think it's got to go through a lot of legalization. I think it's got to go through a lot of legalization before it's ready to go. There's a lot of people who are against it, so I think that that's going to be a fight to make sure that it can even be used. I know we cannot trade using the VectorVest, but what is the best app to trade if I'm outside the U.S.? Zach, what I would do is I would say Google. I would say Google brokers. That's the easiest way. I'm not going to tell you my favorite or something like that. I don't think that's the right thing to do. The ticker symbol is TZROP. TZR. I'm going to put it into the chat. TZROP. All right, that is the ticker symbol. Now, I'm seeing that people say you have it on E-Trade, you have it on Thinkorswim. My question is, Roger says, I just put in an order, but it canceled. It's there, but only, there you go. I wasn't able to trade it in Schwab, and I think that there's only a special way to trade it. I think there's only a special way to trade, and I think you got to have an app in order to do it. The only reason why I bring this story to the forefront is because this could really be huge, especially in the crypto space. It could really be, and again, Tushar, I can get the price in my Schwab account. I just can't trade it. There you go. And William says, TD Ameritrade won't allow a buy. I just put TZROP in my Google alert. There you go. I'm telling everybody out there, something to keep your eyes on. And if it works out splendidly in the future, y'all just come back and thank your Uncle Glenn. That's all. This is something that I saw. Put these two companies together. I want, this is part of what we do. We do the work, you reap the rewards. Nice. Habtamu, hopefully I said it right. Yes, can trade on TD Ameritrade. All right. Boston says Ally has it, but states that it's trading for less than a penny. It's not that. It's you have the wrong stock, Boston, I think. The stock is trading at over $3. It is trading at over $3. Siberia says, thank you, Uncle. Not yet. Don't thank me yet. And Steven says, Fidelity gives you a trade error. I'm going to try to find out. I think you've got to go. There's an app that you've got to set up an account in order to trade T0. All right. So that was a good story. There it is. Richard says it's at 365. And on my Schwab account, again, I can see the stock. I think, Boston, you've got a wrong one if it says that it's less than a penny. I don't know what you're looking at, and that's fine. T0ROP not available in Robinhood. Again, I'm putting it out there. I need you guys to keep your eyes on that. Next story. Who told me yesterday that Toyota had this battery that could do 745-mile range, and I called you crazy? Wow, Energy. Wave. There you go. Energy, I got you. That stock is definitely going to be looked at. That's called the super chat, folks. That's called the super chat. And Energy just made sure that I look at his stock today. WAVE. I got you. The super chat is not necessary for me to look at your stock. But if you definitely want me to look at your stock, a super chat is the way to go. It catches my attention, and I will make sure that I look at your stock. Thinkorswim has it, Roy, but I think someone else that said Thinkorswim wasn't able to place the order. Boston says, no, it's the right one. The bid asks are showing. Oh, that's different. The bid asks are different than the price. Allowing just a limit order? Yeah. And I think that even if that weren't the case, you probably still wouldn't trade it. What happens to the money in Super Chat? It's like a donation to us. Joey, is that the best way to call it? Yes? Joey? Oh my gosh, where are you, Joey? Hi, all right, Joey's probably stepped away, but I think it's like a donation to the channel. I think that that's what it is, Daniel. All right, that's why I say it is not a necessity. I still look at your stocks, whether it's a super chat or not. The super chat just brings the stocks that I'm definitely going to look at. Wow, Sonny calls it's a bribe. Wow. Does anybody else think it's a bribe? Type a 1 in the room if you think it's a bribe. Wow. Type of 1. If you don't think it's a bribe, type of 2. I hope to see a lot of 2s. Wow. I can't. You make me feel bad. Roger says, I tried, but TOS rejected the order. Wait, it's a donation? Why not find a pet rescue or something and VectorVest give the funds to? Daniel, I'm all for that. Not my call, but I'm all for, and we did that. We do that for Christmas. All of the super chats go, every year at the end of the year, we do a Christmas fundraiser. All of the super chats go for that. So we do that. That's absolutely right. At the end of the year, we do that. All right. Somebody else typed a 2. Oh, good. I see more 2s. All right. Oh, I see more 2s. All right. It's another way for VectorVest to make money. That's what it is. So, Michael, you know something? I want to address that. For us, we don't live or die off of that money at all. There's a lot of YouTubers out there that live off of that money. We don't. It is just a way, as we're getting bigger and stuff, I want to make sure that I try to get as many people's stocks up there, but the ones that stand out will definitely get on the list. That's what it is. That's what it is. All right. It's not like a brown envelope, John. All right. So
that $2
wow, was it $2? It was $2. No, it doesn't pay it pays your salary. And you got change left over. All right. So I got this story. Come on, the super chats wouldn't add up to a decent meal in a week. Yeah, listen. Again, we don't live off of that. So Toyota claims breakthrough that will lead to 745-mile EV battery. And so you know what I did? I forgot who talked to me about this yesterday, and I called them crazy. Tomorrow's video is going to dive deep into this. There it is traded. There is no mug. So that's not your ticker symbol, Matt. You got to give me a ticker symbol. What's going on with Rivian? Rivian was rocking and rolling because they met the expectations for deliveries and for manufacturing. I don't know if anything bad happened today. I didn't look at it today. I didn't look at it today. All right, so, and Matt, thank you for that as well. But I need a ticker symbol. I need a real ticker symbol, Matt. I need a real ticker symbol. All right, so tomorrow's 6 p.m. video is going to specifically talk about an alternative to lithium batteries. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be the 6 p.m. If you are subscribed to the channel, make sure you've already hit the bell icon so that you'll be alerted when the video comes out. This really got me thinking. 745-mile EV battery. Yesterday I called it crazy, but I looked into it and I got a story put together. You don't want to miss it. Did you do a story of crypto including BTBT? No, I have not. No, I have not. That's the way I'm going to answer that. All right. From the CI space, AI space. Oh, hold on. I got to put in, I got to go put in Meta. And then I've got to go, let's go put in Meta and Overstock. I got to put in Meta. I did a story on Meta. META. On Overstock. I can't do the T0 though because we don't track it. All right. I can't do that. Let's go see what other Overstock T0 Toyota. Let's go put in Toyota. TM. All right. I think we're up to date on the stocks that we've been looking. They're all getting beat up. Look at Overstock. We'll talk about that in a second. All right. Better buy C3AI or Palantir. Palantir was one of the stocks that I did own. I got rid of today. I was up 25% on it. Even after it missed earnings, I stayed and held through the pullback in earnings, and I still made 25%. I'm out of Palantir. I'm not in any AI stocks right now, but the story talks about the which one is the better buy. I'm going to put both of the stocks into my watch list. We're going to let VectorVest answer the question. PLTR and AI, which is C3AI. All right, so the story was there. I'm not ready for stocks yet, Trey. Oh, that's your stock? TGT? All right. Again, thank you both for your super chats. Thank you both for your super chats. Jurgen, what's this? Okay, that's energy. Any other stories in here? Yep, one more. EV markets, Tesla agrees to fair pricing in China. How about this? How about this? So Tesla, the one that was cutting the prices, was jacking everybody up. Turned around and said, all right, let's keep us all on an even playing field. I think that's a big story. I think that's a big story. I am going to put on Tesla, Tesla, I'm gonna put on BYYD. What is it? BYDDF. And then I'm also gonna put on NEO. And you wanted to know about Rivian. NEO IVN. I'll put them all in there. Trader says, I owe you. Thanks. No, you got it, my friend. I appreciate it. Yeah, I got Rivian in here. They're using solid straight construction, not wet electrolyte. No. Listen, Roger, stop taking the thunder away from my video for tomorrow. Stop taking the thunder from my video tomorrow. Because I talk about that. All right? I talk about that. That's Toyota. Poor TGT earnings are up, dividend stable, but still falling. We'll find out about that. All right. So here's the stocks that made the news today. Rivian is the only one that's up. So I thought you thought it was bad, but it's up. They beat out on expectations for manufacturing and for deliveries. So I was going to do a story. I don't know why I stopped. I was thinking about doing a story on Rivian today, but I didn't. It's the only stock in the list that's going up. If I were looking at any of these stocks based on the market's conditions right now, I don't think I would buy into any of them. All right. My job right now is to keep you on the right side of the market with the way the market looks, whether you want to call it an M or a double top, 2 big down days, a gap down, no filling of the gap. Right now, I'm not going to really tell you that I want you to buy any stocks long. Does that make sense to everybody in here? Yes or no? Does that make sense to everybody? Amir, I need you to answer as well. Does that make sense to everybody in the room? Yes or no? Based on the current market condition, I'm not going to tell you that I would buy into any of these, even though they made the news. All right. Now, something like Rivian, it's got an RT at 1.82. As a matter of fact, let's go sort these by RT. The stocks that are in the uptrend. Notice that out of all of the stocks that are in the news, every single one of them are in the uptrend with the exception of ExxonMobil. Does that say that it's okay to buy? Let's go look at the graphs of these. Let's go look at the graphs of all of these stocks real quick. View the stock graph. Put these on a 3-month graph. Now, I need you guys to seriously answer the question for yourselves if I'm looking at these stocks. Are you really ready to buy Rivian? Yes or no? Type it in the room. Yes or no on Rivian? Yes or no on Rivian? Now, a couple of interesting things. It's being news-driven. What is the stock looking like? It's getting to be parabolic. It is moving up on nice volume. But the problem that I don't like about Rivian is the market's direction normally affects about 80% of the stocks in the market. Not only is the stock moving up, it's moving up at a rapid pace. Again, looks a lot more parabolic than not. So it looks good today. You jump on board, and with the market's conditions, the market continues to fall, you're going to start taking a hit on this stock right away. All right, let's go to the next stock. That one is a little bit of a sideways move. I love the stock. I love AI. AI is taking a breather. I do like that it found a level of support and is moving back up. But again, due to the market's conditions, I ended 3.8 just crossed due to market conditions. I'm not ready to pull the trigger on this yet. Tesla. Tesla's been a good trade. Came down, found a level of support, which was this gap right here. Look at that. A beautiful level of support. The 3.8 failed. Now back up. Moving sideways. Starting to fade the gap a little bit from a couple of days ago. I'm not ready to pull the trigger on that. Palantir. I took my profits on that stock. Even after it pulled back, I took my profits. A little bit of a hanging man formation right here. Could be a possible reversal. All right. That's Palantir. Meta. Meta's coming out with the threads. The stock's 45-degree angle. Like the move. Could I think that this could go against the trend in the market? Possibly. Possibly. And I think that the threads short term might give it a little bit of a boost. But I don't know how long that's going to last for. All right. I just don't know how long it's going to last for. Meta, Trader Matt says, Meta bouncing off 293 support. Will you pull the trigger? You know something? If I did pull the trigger on Meta, I would have a tight stop. Look at that. Beautiful level of resistance right there. That would be my line in the sand as a level to get out. The 3 and the 8 are there, but I wouldn't use the 3 crossing below the 8. I would definitely like to use that level of support. That's what I would like to do. All right, for Meta, how do you set a limit for exit? Steven, hopefully I just answered that question for you. All right, the 3 and the 8 are still solid. If it's got some up, it'll keep moving. But I would put a tight stop on it right now if I owned it. All right. I would put a tight stop on it. Next one, Neo. Even though Rivian looked good, parabolic. Neo not nearly as much. Big fall and broke through a level of support. 3-meter converging, still above the stop. Again, not a stock I would want to pull a trigger on. Same thing for Overstock right now. All right. Overstock took over Bed Bath & Beyond. And even with that trade zero, I would say wait. I brought that to your attention. I just need you to keep your eyes on both of those things. All right. TM, this is a gappy stock. It's all over the place. I'd be careful. The big thing behind it is the solid state batteries. That could be a big mover for Toyota. That could be a big mover, especially if they're the first ones to come to market with it. So I want you to keep your eyes on this. This could be a big move for Toyota. All right. BYDDF. This is not the right stock. This is not the one that I want for China. I'm not playing that stock anyway right now. And Exxon getting hurt because of the oil. Rivian has a beta of 1.7, so a good follower of the market trend. There you go, Michael. I don't use beta. I just use what's going on with the market. So there we go. TZROP, I can buy through Quest Trade in Canada. Can you, Joe Mama? Nice. Yeah, I didn't know that. Now, you can see it, but you can actually place an order if you wanted to, Joe Mama. And if that's the case, there you go, especially for my Canadians who are interested in it. I'm not telling anybody to buy it, though. I want you to keep your eyes on it. It's like one of the first cryptocurrencies that are okayed by the SEC. That's why it's big news. Hello, are we in a confirmed downtrend? As of right now, it looks like we're flashing that. It won't be confirmed down until the market closed today. Late to the call. What did I miss? Roger, do you want me to start all over again? Hey, everybody. Welcome to Trending Thursday. My name is Glenn. It's going to be my pleasure. I'm not going to do that, Roger. We talked about a lot of stuff. So, Roger, even after we're done here, it's going to be up on the YouTube channel. You're going to be able to take a look and watch it back again. All right? All right. So, with that, I'm going to close out of that. So I wanted to bring the two big things that I wanted to bring to your attention today, and let me know if it was well worth it for you to stop by today. I wanted to bring the overstock story in about the T0. All right. Hopefully that made sense and it was good for you. And then I wanted to bring to the forefront, what was the other thing? Oh, the Toyota. All right. The Toyota using the solid state batteries. Hey, if it was worth it for you to be here today just for those two things, make sure you hit the like button. I love bringing things to your attention. Hit the like button. All right. So I didn't bring up a lot of other stocks to look at today. I didn't want to be bullish on anything. So the next best thing that I would want you to consider is going to be the contra ETFs. All right. That's the way I would. And notice that every single one of my contras are making money today. Every single one. Well, that makes sense on a big down day. But if we are in a position where we have a confirmed down call, these are the stocks. And I'm not telling you to go buy each and every one of them. Step your toe into the water, just like I did. Buy one or two. Because anything can happen between today and next week, right? We can bounce right back up and try to go for that 3-month high on the VectorVest composite. All right, so one or two stocks is all I'm saying for you to consider. That's it. I got into Mullen yesterday. Going to ride along. Yeah, I saw something on Mullen, and I'm not I was going to do a story when I was talking about EVs. I saw a negative story on Mullen. I was going to do that, and I didn't. All right. So now I will donate as much as possible. You don't need to donate anything. All right. So now I'm going to start putting in your stocks. I'm going to put in Wave. I'm going to put in TGT. What other stocks are you looking at? I'm going to do about 10 stocks today. Mullen is doing a share. That's what it was. It was a share buyback. DRV, PAG, RCMT. For tomorrow, if thinking about Contra, is it good if the VIX is positive in pre-market? No. So right now, let me come back to answering Stephen. Remind me about answering the VIX question. All right. At the end, I'll answer that for you. Rivian is already not in here. RIVN, comma KLAC, comma Opera, comma CRBU, comma TK. How many stocks is that? That's 11 stocks. That's all the stocks I'm going to look at today. Good Lord. What is up with CRBU up 46%? How many stocks did you give me that were up double digits? 3. 3 of them. So this is the share buyback on Mullen. Doesn't that mean that they're diluting? Answer that question. Mullen doing a buyback of shares, doesn't that mean they're diluting? Yes or no? All right. That means they're diluting the stock. Yes or no? Somebody type in the room. I'm saying that they're diluting. Mark says they're consolidating. Energy said no as well. Everybody's saying no. All right. So you're saying they're consolidating. Norman, I missed out, bro. Sorry. I apologize. It's not a dilution. All right. Anyway, it's up 40%. It's up 40%. I want to look at these 3 stocks that are up double digits today. Let's go do that. I need to go look at that share buyback thing. They are lowering supply. All right. So they're taking supply out, which should then, in essence, bring the price up higher. Yes? So if they're taking inventory out, this should bring, they're lessening supply. If demand is, this should bring the price up. Yes? All right, Chris, correct? It should automatically bring the stocks, and I think that's what's going on. All right. Sorry about that. Thank you for correcting me. Thank you for correcting me. Ooh. Yeah, so CRBU, buyback, make outstanding shares more valuable. There we go. Whatever the news was, I don't like it, because what is it doing? That's profit taking. The wick, the wick going down is a lot bigger than the body. People are profit taking on it. So it's a drug stock. It was drug news. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. If you weren't in it yesterday and took advantage of that, then I wouldn't touch it today. New offerings dilute. Thank you, Michael. All right. Mullen. Getting smoked. Oh, that was the split. Getting smoked. There's a positive sign here on Mullen, though. The 3 and the 8 on the end of day just went up. The 3 just went above the 8. The stock, to get out of sell recommendation, it needs to go above the stop price. What else? Wave. I don't know what the news was on here. Joey, I'll take that. No, it's on mine. Wave. 5 hours ago, EcoWave Power Shares repurchase program is approved by the company. So repurchase program, same kind of thing as Mullen? Is that what that is? The same kind of share repurchase? Yes or no? Same kind of thing as Mullen? Yes? Yes, yes, yes? Yes. All right. So 2 stocks going up double digits on buybacks of the stocks. Buybacks of the stocks. It's not bad, right? But is that good? Is it good longer term? Not in the current market's conditions. That's my take on that. Not in the current market conditions. I'd be careful with all of these stocks that are up double digits. What other stocks did you give me? Rivian, real estate, it's moving up. RCMT, Penske Auto Group, Target, poor Target. TK, is that the shipping? Interesting. Let's go look at these stocks. View the stock graph. Pull this up. 3 months. Rivian, like I said, I think that it's parabolic. Be very, very careful with Rivian. There is no big wick at the top, so it's not a whole bunch of selling off or profit taking, but be careful. I don't like, that's almost a straight up move. Be very careful. It is curious for Wave, but they've been getting multiple government dollars for sustainable earning. Oh, there was another stock today in the clean energy that was getting a contract. I don't think it was Wave. It was somebody. Gosh darn it. Why didn't I do that story? I saw another story of another stock in the same situation getting government contracts for EVs. Now, I forgot the story. I forgot the stock, and I apologize for that, but Wave caught my attention in regards. It was another stock caught my attention. I can't believe I didn't do the story, though. Sorry. DRV, big move, but look at that. Big profit taking. Big profit taking. Trader says, Glenn, sorry. What are you sorry for, Trader? Glenn, I know TGT is low CI, RTR, but all the time, 2019 low opportunity will want your view. I'll look at it. I got you. Don't be sorry. I'll look at it. DRV, yeah, it made a move today. The 3 still below the 8. Profit taking. I don't know if I would like it. Glenn, do it. I'm interested. Do what? What did I say I was going to do? Sigh. I'm not doing it. Whatever it was, only because you want me to do it. RCMT. Wow. I do like it. I do like it. Just be careful. The market's direction is going to affect this in a bad way, or doesn't have the wherewithal to keep on moving up. If you own it, I'm going to give you, I'm going to use this. I would use a trend line way to get out. No, actually, I wouldn't have to. Notice that the 3 and the 8 are real close to each other. If the 3 crosses below the 8 end of day, that's when I would take it. Does that make sense as a way to get out of RCMT? Yes or no? Does that make sense? The 3 and the 8 are so close to each other. If the 3 crosses below the 8 end of day, not intraday. If the 3 crosses below the 8 end of day, that is a way that I would get out of the stock. Does that make sense to everybody in the room? Yes or no? I love the stock. All right. If you're currently in it, that's a good way to manage the stock. If you're not in it, I probably wouldn't tell you to get into it right now based on what's going on in the market. The sustainability story, you forgot. Oh, what did you ask me about? Sustainability story. What sustainability story? Sigh. What did I tell somebody to ask me about at the end? The clean energy story. Oh, crap. Which clean energy story? Joey, what was I thinking? What clean energy story? It wasn't that. It was the VIX. Somebody was asking me about the VIX. It wasn't about the clean energy story. I'm not sure. Energy. PAG, I like the move on this one as well. Penske, same. I would do the same thing. The 3 and the 8 are close enough that if the 3 crosses below the 8 end of day, I would think about getting out of it. But tomorrow, if they're thinking about the VIX. Oh, that's what it was. I got you on the VIX in a second. Government money, you talk about the CBDC. I'm not ready I haven't put out a video on it yet. I'm thinking still do that. Target. The 3 and the 8 just crossed negative today. I don't know if I would buy it. And it's in a channel. Look at there. That's a level high. There's a level. It's in a channel. You said earnings came out today and it beat. Did it beat earnings? Or did it? No, earnings didn't. Doesn't look like earnings came out today. Doesn't look like earnings. Here's the earnings. It's fallen since earnings, but it's in a channel. I don't think I would want to touch it right now. Not just quite yet. It's definitely in a channel. Let's put this on a 6-month graph. 1-year graph. The only thing that I'm okay with is that it's in a channel. It has more downside if it breaks below that. All right, you brought up another company when you were talking about. Yeah, I don't remember the name of the company. Said there's another company got government. Yeah, I got to go find the story again. It was an obscure company that nobody probably knows about, and I should have put it in as a story. I thought I did, but they're getting government contracts for EVs. It wasn't Wave, but it was another company, and I forgot what it was. Sorry. Clack. Woo, Clack just told me end of day. Nope. Is it Jobby? I don't remember, Mark. I don't remember. But Clack, that tells me clearly right now, no. I'm also going to show you, here's a level of support. Notice the last time the 3.8 broke to the downside. Where's the stock's price now? Right at that level of 452. If you really want to give this stock a little bit more room, if it breaks below that level, end of day, you probably want to get out. I would say right now the 3.8's telling me enough of the story. Let's go to the next stock, Opera. Down day, a little bit of dark cloud cover pattern. Right at resistance with the market's conditions the way it is. If you don't want to take all of it off the table, I would definitely say lock in profits on half. The beautiful stock move. All right. It is the beautiful stock move, but dark cloud cover pattern could be followed up by some more downside. If you don't want to give it all up, I would take at least half off the table. And the last stock is TK. This one, the 3 and the 8 are so far away from each other that I would probably look for this level of support. I would probably look for that level of support. It would probably hit below that level before the 3/8 cross. All right, there you go. So as far as other stocks, this was the amount of stocks that I was going to look at today. Let me answer your question about the VIX. The VIX is a fear indicator, right? And normally when the VIX is up, the market's more fearful in the market. Big pop on the VIX. Now, interesting story on the VIX. Based upon what's going on with the market right now, Todd Schaefer and I had a conversation about the volatility in the market and the derivatives used to buy and sell and hedge and a whole bunch of stuff. I'm still of the mindset if the VIX is above 20, there's a lot more fear in the market than anything. If it's below 20, there's a lot more greed. But it's interesting that you look at the pop today, the fear indicator jumped up. But then if I go look at the VectorVest composite, that little rebound that we had today, look at that. That's a big rebound. That's not a little rebound. That's a big rebound. Where are we at? Let's go. That's not a big rebound. There's the 930 right there. There's the gap. Still running up. I don't think that we're going to overtake the gap that we had. But if I put them side by side, there's the VVC. And let's go put on the VIX over here. Normally, let's go put this on intraday, 1 minute bars, current day. Yep, there it is. As the market's moving up, the greed factor's moving down. When the market's moving down, the greed factor's moving up. So it is falling into place. Let me push that over. It is falling into place today. All right, it's definitely falling into place today. If I am thinking about trying to play contras, though, I would definitely want the VIX to be going up. All right, does that answer your question? Is that I would rather, Stephen, that's what I would prefer. That's what I would prefer. All right. Holy smokes. I'm going to push a whole bunch of stuff. The market looks like this today. And then for all of the jokes that you guys were telling today. And then for everyone who keeps asking me the same question, what should I be doing? Okay. Be careful of the stocks that are just going straight up. And for everybody being in here today, Joey couldn't hear none of that. All right. So we get out the rest, get out the next day. So for right now, let me just say it this way. Manage the stocks that you're in. Don't be afraid to take profits on some of the stocks that you've made money on. If you start to do that, okay, I'm going to tell you to step into one or two contras. One or two contras. That's it. If you're not comfortable with the market's conditions, sit tight. Just like someone said. Say again?
All contras.
Yeah, you sound like Mark. You sound just like Mark. No, you sound just like Mark. All right. I'm telling one or two contras. If you're not comfortable with the market's conditions, just sit on the sidelines. Sit on the sidelines and manage your stocks. Does that make sense to everybody in the room? Yes or no? Is that guidance good guidance for the current market's conditions? Type of yes or no. All right. How many people still in the room, Joey? All right. That's the best guidance that I can give you. That is the best guidance that I can give you. Is to manage the stocks. I don't want anybody to panic on anything. Manage the stocks that you have. If the market continues to go down, pick up one or two contras. If the market continues to go down, pick up one or two contras more. But at the same time, manage your stocks. Don't be afraid to take profits on some of the stocks that you have. Don't be afraid to do it. You can't go broke taking a profit. I bought a put on Tandem. That's not a bad play, Jim. That's not a bad play, especially with the market's conditions. Mark Norton, Glenn just honored Joey. I know. You sound just like Mark. Is there a course on contras? No, not really. I don't think we really need a course on contras, Marvin. They go the opposite of the market. When the market's going down, you want to play the market to the downside without buying puts, without selling short. Contras are the way to go. That's pretty straightforward. That is pretty straightforward. All right. How many likes did we get today, Joey? Why you keep moving it? Stop moving it. How many likes did we? I hold on. Can you click on it so I can see it?
Can you stop? Can you stop?
I'm stopping. All right. We got 85 likes. Let's see if we can get up to 100 likes before we leave. Robert says, glad you talked bad on Rivian. Just made 150 to the upside. Listen, I said that it looks parabolic. I'd be very careful with it. It just looks parabolic. All right. So I gotta go before Joey wants to fight me. I still put the challenge out there. Whenever you call the place and the time, Joey, I'll be there. No, I'm not worried about that. I'm worried. I ain't worried about nothing. You name the place and the time, and I'll be there. All right, folks. Thank you for being here today. Hopefully, I brought a couple of things to the table, especially with the Toyota and the solid state batteries. Make sure you watch tomorrow's 6 p.m. video. All right, we're gonna do a deeper dive into analyzing the two different types of batteries and where the future may lie. And that whole overstock thing with the T0 thing, something else new that nobody's talking about. We're trying to bring a lot of these things to light for you. Sonny says, I'm so glad we had this time together. There we go. Send location. Right here in my office. No, in the parking lot behind the building. The parking lot behind the building. Just straight up boxing gloves. Parking lot behind the building. We're going to stream it too. Watch Joey get knocked slap out. All right, with that, folks, adios. Arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara. Aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Bon dia. Salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Until next time, folks, see ya.